overcome shoulder pain? Is it starting to affect your exercise, desk work, or even sleep? Today we're going to learn more about the shoulder, as well as discuss some of the structures that can not only promote pain, but affect the activities that you enjoy. Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Tim Klesk with Forward Spine Center. The shoulder is very complex. It is the most freely movable joint in the body, and this can lead to instability and further potential for injury. The majority of shoulder injuries, symptoms, typically develop gradually over time. Oftentimes, it's due to repetitive use and movements, prolonged positioning, or even weakness in areas of the neck and the back. So let's look at some of the movements that the shoulder is known for that we assess here at Forward Spine Center. If we lift our arm up in front of us, we call this shoulder flexion. If we lift our arm up behind us, this is shoulder extension. Lifting the arm up to the side is shoulder abduction, and lowering that arm is shoulder adduction. Our shoulder also rotates internally as well as externally, and tracking these movements can give us a better idea of which structures may be involved in your shoulder pain. Now, what exactly makes up the shoulder? So there's three main bones that make up the shoulder: our clavicle, our shoulder blade or our scapula, as well as our humerus or our upper arm. Now, two main joints in the shoulder allow all of this movement. The first joint is called your acromioclavicular joint, which sits on the top side of the shoulder. This allows us to lift our arm up. The next joint, most of us are more familiar with in the shoulder, we call it the glenohumeral joint, which is a ball and a socket joint. And this more than less attaches the arm to the rest of the torso. We also got to keep in mind as well that the nerves from the middle to lower neck go down and control and supply all those shoulder muscles. Some of the key muscles that we oftentimes assess and find symptomatic here at Forward Spine Center include your deltoid, which is a large, strong muscle that sits on the top side of the shoulder, your pectoralis muscle group, which sits on the front side of the shoulder, oftentimes rolling your shoulder forward, causing impingement type issues, as well as your rotator cuff muscle group. Your rotator cuff muscle group sits around that ball and socket and stabilizes that ball as it sits in the socket. Another structure we need to keep an eye on is what we call your labrum. The labrum is the lining of that socket that ball fits into and helps stabilize the joint. So it's really important to get the shoulder assessed to accurately diagnose the source of your pain in order to put the proper steps in place for a fast recovery. If you have any further questions, we'd love to help.